Hello everyone, this is Bench85. Welcome to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. As you can see, I just launched released one of my launch vehicles here. Same launch vehicle we used last time. And I'm on my way up to the space station. Just working on getting my apoapsis height somewhere up in that range. The station is actually ahead of us, running away from us. No, actually, it's technically behind us. Ooh. So we're off a little bit on there. So a separation of 47 kilometers. If I speed up, okay, it's gonna go away. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna coast up to apoapsis. Oh, okay. Well, for some reason from this angle, it looked like my apoapsis was going to be higher than the station's, which didn't exactly make sense. Ooh, I am very close to the descending node. I did not launch very well. Let's swing it around. Let's see, this way. I don't have a lot of torque on this sucker. We're going to swing it around to the north here. Because we're descending, we want to bring it up and we want to get this relatively close. So let's change this guy. Just your standard, you know. Ooh. 28 kilometers. I think what the problem is we're still a little bit ahead. So if I had a maneuver here and I slow down a little bit, do I have to speed up? Okay, that's not gonna help. Ooh. We're doing a direct to orbit type. This is gonna be a tricky one. I went too far. 1.6, that's good enough. Okay, so it's a radial towards, or a radial away I should say, so our maneuver node's going to be up on top here. We'll just come over here, get close to it, we'll speed up. We've got 2 minutes to go here. The interesting part is this is going to be a very radical type maneuver, because if you think about it, the station is moving roughly 2200, I think. I forget the exact speed of it. We're only going 1700. That's because we don't actually have an official orbit. Okay, 1.5, that's the closest we're going to get. So if you go here to target, we have 300 meters per second that we're going to need to burn off. I should have, yeah, plenty of fuel. Electric charge is slowly being depleted. And actually I can change that in a bit here. So I'm going to keep it locked into here. So we got a little bit of time first. So what do we got here? Well, this is our transfer stage, obviously. This is the actual power module up to about here that the space station used. I mean, it's not similar in looks. The official name of it is Zvezda, I believe it's pronounced. I don't know. It's Russian. And it's this main service module. There will be there's two airlocks per se on this. And this here is what's considered the Unity node which is node 1. The habitation module that we already have up there goes in between these two, so we're going to have to undock them. But yeah, it's basically our first two. A lot of the modules on the back side of the space station are Russian. There it is. So it's going to be harder for me to pronounce, but I'll figure out a way to pronounce them. And actually, we're not worrying about any sort of atmosphere to run into with these solar panels. I'm going to extend them right now just so we have enough power. And those are on the actual station. Service module has small solar panels on it. Okay, let's bring this in. Okay, and I think it's time that we start firing this engine up. I might have been too late. We're gonna see. This might go flying past us, and we gotta adjust. Oh, I think we just went into orbit. We're actually burning it off pretty quickly. Closest approach is 1.4 kilometers. Let's burn it again. Speed up a little bit more. Try and stick it right here. Oh, we're actually gonna mess this up. 1.3. Let's get a little closer here. We're only 30 meters per second difference now, so that's a big difference. We're almost there. 15 seconds to closest approach. It's right up there. So let's slow ourselves down so that we have 0 relative velocity. Pretty good, pretty good. Now let's swing this around, and this thing is a bear. I'm trying to bring it around to this icon right here, which as you'll see will orient me right to there. And basically we're going to look to burn towards the station, like such. And that's plenty fast enough. So we gotta flip around. So we can slow ourselves down. And the only thing I want to be able to do is grab or get close enough that I can just kind of station it near the station. And then the tug can come over and grab it. And actually I'm going to want to grab it from this end, so we're going to have to separate this portion here. We got full electric charge on there. I think we got full electric charge across the board. Yep, pretty much. So we're flying it almost straight at it, which is just fine. Bring it in a little quicker. Flying just above it, which is good. Trying to see if I can get, there we go, now I can see it. Let's see, drop this down just a little bit more. There we go, we zeroed out. Settle it down. So what I want to do here, this right here is considered a probe core, and I have a probe core on here as well. So they will act as separate vehicles, which is perfect. Okay, decouple node. Now I want to switch to that. We do the same thing that we did other times. I want to switch this to orbital mode. We're swinging this guy around. This time I have it positioned so the exhaust shouldn't hit it. Yep. We'll light the engine. And we'll deorbit it. Because we don't want this piece up here anymore. Just like such. Oh, I want to do this. Okay. Alright, here's the station probe, or station core. And I believe he is still... No, he's not. Okay, he's in there. So we're going to have to send him over, transfer crew from the habitat to the station tug out. Okay, now he's in the tug. Perfect. As you can see, I also put in all of our transfers that we might be doing. I'll turn the alarm clock off for now. And this should act as the probe core as well. I want to rename this. It should be a station. It should be KSS. Okay, where is our piece? I don't see it. That's the probe. Alright, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to zoom out here. Set as target. There it is. I don't know why I couldn't see it before. So I'll show you guys what I plan to do here. Decouple node. Let's see, RCS. I'm going to put it into docking mode. So I should be able to burst my way away like that. Ooh, this thing is quick. So I'm actually going to not use RCS for maneuvering. We're going to move towards it like this, and we're basically going to go over and pick it up. And I believe, to help stuff, I can extend the RCS boom. Ooh, cool. Okay, so it actually puts the RCS type stuff here so that you have a little bit more. Oh, great. There we go. Forgot that we had spotlights. Because it got dark, and it seems like every time I do any sort of maneuver with docking, I always seem to go into the dark side. Okay, so right there we are. Accelerate a little bit more. And because I'm in docking mode, the forward and back, which normally does your pitch, I believe, that one accelerates and decelerates you. So our station is right up here. And let's see, we want to get the docking port that's on the end of the service module. Right? Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Which is this one right here. So what I am going to do here is change my orientation. So I'm going to line it up again like we were doing before so that I'm oriented with the docking port. Like so. Bring it back into linear mode. I need to slow up because we're actually going to travel past it. So we're going to bring this over here. Bring our green lines in. Accelerate towards it just a little bit. Ooh, that spotlight is nice. You can definitely see what's going on. I'll turn on caps lock for fine controls. Almost there. 5.5 meters to get there. Coming in pretty smooth. 0.2 meters per second acceleration. We should connect pretty easily here. There we go. So now we have a hold of it. Now the idea let's see. KSS set as target. So now it's up there. So what I'm actually going to do RCS is on in rotational mode. Oh, target. Yep, we bring it over here. How's my fuel doing? I really don't need my flight engineer right now. I need to watch this monopropellant. I'm gonna basically line it up this way, like such, and I'm gonna back up. So I'm just gonna pull it towards the ship. F5 for a quick save here, because I want to try and extend the RCS booms. Ooh, nice. I was afraid it was gonna okay, so I was afraid it was gonna hit. Okay, so I want to take this off. Oh, nope, this way. It actually balances pretty well. I'm using these markers right here. I'm just kind of trying to push it so that I'm backing up towards the target basically. And I believe I'm headed straight for that docking port, which is actually just fine with me. And now I'm going to switch this and I'm going to control from here. So now I'm going to be facing, or the ship thinks it's facing the opposite direction. And we are coming in fast. Slow down, slow down. We gotta get this slowed up. There we go. Alright, now we can reposition it. I wasn't watching my screen very well and I realized on my numbers here that I was closing fast. Oh. Get that centered. Works for me. Okay, now we gotta line this up. And we are pretty much dead on lined up. Drifting in slowly. I just kind of want to couple this together for now, so that I have the ability now to maneuver things around. So basically this module I will probably pull off for the moment. We'll stick this power module onto the habitat. It actually doesn't matter which side of the habitat I put it on, so I might decouple the Harmony node here, although this one becomes a separate ship. I don't know, but either way I'm going to rearrange these. This will go on the end of the power module for temporary purposes until I utilize all the fuel in here, and then this goes back down to Kerbal. But that's all I have left to do for now here. This is the first one. I wanted to show you guys how it went up here, and I'll probably bring up most of them now off camera, and then maybe show some shuffling around and showing you guys the progress that I'm making on the station as I build it. So let's head back to the VAB. Alright guys, welcome back. I'm going to wrap up the episode here in actually the spaceplane hangar, because it's easier to make rovers in a spaceplane hangar. This is just a really simple little rover I came up with. Probably won't work that well, but we'll see what happens. This little setup here with the decoupler and the girder here will be attaching to a sky crane. That's how I plan on bringing it down. This one's going to be going to the moon first. So imagine a fuel tank up here, a couple engines on each side, and you bring it down on the engines, and just before you touch, you decouple it. The other part takes off the sky crane and your rover's left. At least that's the plan. It's all electric powered here. A couple of solar panels, batteries and stuff, simple motors, or simple little guys here. So let's just see how it drives around. And the reason I haven't built the sky crane portion is because it's easier to do that in the VAB. It just happens to be an issue with the symmetry type stuff, so I'm going to decouple that and get rid of it because, well, it won't normally be there. I want to put this guy up. I want to see how well this panel does. Well, it doesn't look too bad. When it rotates here, it may hook things and then decide that it's gonna break them off, maybe. Maybe not. Ooh. It turns very quickly, turns very unpredictably. These middle guys here should have the steering locked so that they are always, they're not turning. So what does it cruise at? .5, 8.6. Not too bad. I switched to docking mode just because it holds the rover straighter when you're driving. Yeah, it seems to drive pretty well. I guess I'm headed over to the Space Center here. Oh, the launch clamps are still considered on the launch pad. So they're showing debris over there from our last launch. And that will clear out when you launch your next one. Now, of course, I don't have the really awesome building that the new .25 has, since that's been released, as well as the destructible buildings. Actually, .25. You know what? Honestly, I don't recall if it's officially been released or not. But either way, it will have destructible buildings. And a few other things. I think it has been released. I don't remember exactly. I'm just seeing how well it takes little ridges and bumps and about fast turns. Can I wipe it out? I don't know, but I'm sure confusing the solar panel. That seems pretty stable here on Kerbal. Oh, here we go. Slopes. Do 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 do. Yeah, it drives pretty well. Ideally, you want to keep your rover designs, pretty low to the ground. Keep the center of gravity as low as possible. And don't drive them like this, because I'm just pushing it really far right now. Yeah, if it's in full sun, it is gaining power. Gaining a little bit. I think what doesn't help is the sun is down below there. So if it's something sun is coming from up above, those can't grab solar. Okay, well we may have to design it a little bit differently, but for sure this thing seems to be pretty stable. It seems to be working. That's how I test things, is I just keep reverting it back. That's when I test little rovers, test designs like that. So with that, guys, I think I'm about done for this episode. I think time-wise I'm about done. I did reassemble the space station. I had a lot of fun messing around with that, so it's reassembled how I want it. I'll probably send the next unit up and show you guys what it looks like. I think the lab goes up next, which is the biggest piece. But I won't show you guys launching that. I'll just show you guys it while it's up there, or maybe while I'm finishing assembling it. And then I think we're going to take this rover to the moon next time and scout out another area. So with that, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, take it easy.